Hi everyone, I'm back again. I'm doing another live. I have been absent for a few weeks and I have been meaning to make these videos, and rather than me trying to, rather than stressing about um, getting things done in perfection, I think you guys just want the information. So I'm going to do this live to show you all how to use the pH testing strips, the vaginal pH testing strips, and why it is that you need to test your vaginal pH for cervical HPV. Okay, so this is a very important video right here, and all of you ladies who are suffering from an abnormal pap smear are going to need to watch this. So I will be emailing this video to those of you who are suffering from abnormal pap smears, who request information. So this right here are the vaginal pH testing strips. They are by Nutriblast. And this is what you need. All right, it has a scale, a special scale on there. It's so the picture's a little blurry, but the scale is going to be from 3.0 to 5.0. I cannot find any other strips like these nowhere. If you live overseas, I can't find the right scale. Like, if you don't live in America, I can't find the right scale in your country for vaginal pH testing strips. So you have to get these. You can get them from my website. I'm not shipping overseas at this time, but if you write me via email, we can figure something out, okay? Because this is what you're gonna need in order to test your vaginal pH. You can't use urine strips. So people have been using, where are my urine strips? People have been using these thinking that they're testing their vaginal pH. And no, they're not available in England. They're not available overseas, out east at all. Period. I have scoured the internet for months and they don't have them there. They only have scales that start at 4.5 up, and HPV can still be present at 4.5, so that doesn't matter. So some people are trying to use these pH testing strips, the regular ones, to test their vaginal pH, and that is very incorrect. So this is not the proper pH strip for that. It's just not. This is gonna test your saliva. You can either spit on it, you can lick. No, don't lick it. You can spit on a napkin. You can spit in a spoon and just swipe it through there or whatever. You can pee in a cup and then just dip it in and out, and then you go to the scale and you match it up on there. That's how you use these strips. But this is not for your vaginal pH. And if you are a woman with cervical HPV, yes, this video is for the women, okay, or the woman in your life. You don't need that one. You need this one. You use this one once a week. That's it, just once a week, because it's not going to change overnight. Don't worry about, if it's been 4 weeks and your vaginal pH is still not a 4.0. When you hit the 4.0, between 4.0 and 4.5, that's when the infection is gone. So maybe it might take you 2 months. Maybe it might take you a little bit longer. But the point is, these are the strips that you need. Okay, and it doesn't matter whose protocol you're on. If you have cervical HPV, you need these. So you might be doing, what are they doing? AHCC and beta-glucan, Ebony Rouse. I had it 4 years too. I had it for 5 years before doing my protocol. And I was SIN 3, and I was 1 stage from cancer. I had done a leap, and it just would not go anywhere. It would just it came back worse. They wanted to do another leap and then a hysterectomy, and I did not want to chance it anymore. So I did the apple cider vinegar and baking soda baths. I drank the apple cider vinegar and baking soda tonic, and I ate dark leafy greens stir fried and quinoa every day, all day. Um, and that got rid of it in about 6 weeks for me. So I've had some women who've gotten rid of it in a matter of like over a weekend. Yeah, I know. I've had someone get rid of it. The longest is a year. I had one lady that took her a year of working with me, and she was trying a lot of different things. You know, she was mixing some things up. She was doing AHCC, a lot of stuff. And you know, once we got to towards the end, I was like, look, would you please just give this a fair chance? Because I really think that you're just doing way too much to your body, and that's why your body is not wanting to heal, because it's having to detox all of these extra supplements that you're putting in. So once she did that, she messaged me about, it was maybe a month later, she sent me a picture holding up her results, negative. So you know, simple, your body needs something simple. It doesn't need you to be doing everything to your body all at once. It can't take that. So yours is cancer cells. Well, everyone's HPV is cancer cells. Okay. You don't have to, you can postpone it. HPV is cancer cells. They call it precancer cells until there's enough precancer cells present to be called cancer. Okay, so I had precancer cells too. I was one stage. When I started out with HPV, I wasn't one stage. That's just where I ended up after 5 years. So you don't have to get a cone if you don't want to at this time. You can give this a try. Get your vaginal pH testing strips. They're available on my website at lovingyouright.com. You can also Google search them, but they're not in stores. This is a very special item. And I'm so happy that I found this, because this is able to change so many women's lives. Just this. Because this is your toolkit. This is what you need with you, you know, even after you're done with HPV in the next couple of months of just doing this detox. Okay? You can still have these. And whenever you know, like, oh my God, I'm starting to get paranoid again. I'm like, oh, you know, is it back? Like, I'm so scared it's going to come back. Go and test your vaginal pH. And that will let you know whether it has come back, whether you are still good. This is all you need. And apple cider vinegar and baking soda. That's it. It's safe. It's food items. You know, when I go and get my baking soda, I buy it from the baking aisle next to the cake mix. When I get my vinegar, I buy it from the condiments aisle. It's food. So for men, testing your pH is not going to indicate whether the infection is gone or not. This is only for women. Now, at any point that I come across something that is going to let me know whether or not a man has it or not, maybe, you know, I can do more information on men swabbing their urethra. What is the proper pH of the urethra? You know, just opening the hole a little bit and swabbing that, you know, and maybe that may give us a pH reading that we could monitor or something. But as of right now, for men, all you're doing is just testing your pH with these strips to see if you can skip or drink the tonic. That's all these are for, to see if you can skip it or drink it. So that's what this little strip right here is for. That's it. So let's see. Let's see, I have been doing your tonic for months and love it. I'm so happy that you do. I really love the tonic too. That's like my go-to when I'm feeling sick. You know, I run to the tonic. Tara, can you explain why your protocol works? Does the diet and supplements you recommend boost your immune system and then it kills or detoxes the virus, or do the supplements you recommend kill the virus? Okay, so can you tell me what virus you're talking about in particular? Are you talking about HPV or herpes? Because they are two very different viruses. Good morning, good afternoon, probably. They're two different viruses. So herpes, okay. So with herpes, what's going on is spirulina. Do a Google search, type in spirulina and herpes together. Okay, type in those two together, and you're gonna see a website. It's like ncbi dot something 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 dot gov. Go on that website. There's a study on there that's talking about how spirulina detoxes herpes. It's like 56% effective on detoxing herpes. Now, what these supplements do is they bring the virus out of hiding, okay, so that it can be detoxed from the body. So the diet brings it out of hiding. The quinoa brings out all of the ingredients in the smoothie, brings it out of hiding. Okay, they activate like a T3 cell or something like that I was reading. But you know, you can go and Google search that at a later time. So then we have the diatomaceous earth. The diatomaceous earth actively traps the virus. It's built like a honeycomb. So it's also a magnet. It's a magnetic clay. So it attracts the virus to it. It zaps it inside. It gets stuck in there because it cannot find its way out of the honeycomb. And then when you go to the restroom, you're detoxing it out that way. Now, you're also detoxing it through the apple cider vinegar and baking soda baths. When you soak in the tub, just like those Chinese foot pads, you take the foot pads, you peel it off, and you stick it on the bottom of your feet when you're sleeping at night. And then when you wake up, you peel it off, and it's like all brown and nasty. Okay? This is what the bath is going to do too. It's going to pull it right through your skin. Apple cider vinegar and baking soda bath is a great bath to take while you are starting the diet, before you start taking the supplements. Okay? The diatomaceous earth bath. It's another great one that you can just feel. You can feel the toxins coming out when you take this bath. Okay? So, that's what's actually going on, and why I mean, nothing is actually really just killing the virus. It's trapping the virus and then pulling it out, or the spirulina, whether it's neutralizing the virus, I don't fully know. All I know is that I found this research paper that says that spirulina is 56% effective in getting rid of it, and then I paired that with the diatomaceous earth, which, you know, I feel will get the rest of it. And so far, I've had a few people come back negative. And I did ask for testimonials to be written. So I'm waiting on them to provide me with, you know, a testimonial so that I can give that to you guys. So, I mean, that's where we at with it right now. So, let's see. All right, so I don't want you guys to get hung up on testing your urine pH, because a lot of people are writing me like, my urine pH has been, you're welcome, my urine pH has been consistently 7.25 for the last 4 to 7 weeks or whatever, and does that mean I'm good? No, it doesn't mean that. I'll tell you that what got me thinking about the whole pH thing was that before I was diagnosed with HPV, my urine pH, whenever I would go to my midwives, which I was going regularly because I was pregnant, my pH was always spot on. It was perfect every time. We had to test our urine ourselves with my midwife and just go and tell her, you know, if it, whatever. So when I got diagnosed with HPV, my urine pH was always off. It was always acidic. And I didn't understand why. But on that appointment that I went to where they did that test, where they did the first HPV test that came back negative after doing the protocol, that was the first time that my urine was neutral again. So I was like, man, so, you know, is it what I'm eating and what I'm doing and this, that, and the other? So the whole thing is that you cannot manipulate. Your urine pH has nothing to do with your blood pH, and you cannot manipulate your blood pH, which is the one that people are getting confused with. Your blood pH is what determines whether or not you have cancer or certain illnesses and diseases. That's what the blood pH does, not urine pH. Urine pH tests for UTIs, bladder infections. It has to do with your stomach and things like that. So there's a lot of misinformation about that. The thing is, with this whole alkaline diet, we're not trying to we're not trying to force our urine to be alkaline. The thing about it is that these alkaline foods just so happen to be the right foods with the right nutrition that your body needs. Okay, so whether or not, because I had somebody that was like trying to come so hard for me recently. I watched this guy's video. He was actually testing whether or not foods were really alkaline or acidic, and what he was doing was not, the foods wasn't being digested or anything. It was just, he was just actually just like blending it and testing the juice, and that is not the same thing as, something that's acid forming or alkaline forming in the body. And I just made a comment about that on the video. So then they jumped me in the comments. They double teamed me in the comments. He got somebody on his side for real, and this person like was coming so hard and this, that, and the other, and like, all that they were saying, people are so one-sided. There's something about this alkaline diet, whether or not it's, has anything to do with your blood pH. I don't know. It probably doesn't. But at the same time, eating these foods that are alkaline forming in the body does something to cause the body to heal itself. So, but at the same time, if you're the type of person that has low stomach acids, then you can't fully handle an alkaline diet. So you may need to have some acids in your diet. So you do need to have balance to everything. Okay, so you can't just be 100% putting just alkaline things into your body, because then you'll get a UTI. It will raise your bladder pH to the point where a UTI will start. So our bladder stones are kidney stones. So just be very careful with that. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out because I think you guys got the importance and the gist of pH testing. You pH test with these for your urine and saliva. Do not just go by the color, actually read it, because every company has their own scale, and if you're just memorizing the color and not actually looking at the number, if you buy different strips, you will be actually making a very big mistake that one of my clients made, because what he was doing is he was looking at the color even though he had bought a different strips from somewhere else, and it wasn't the same scale. So he was alkaline all that time, and he kept drinking the tonic and was just throwing up and pooping out food whole, okay, for too long. Okay, so you got the gist on that. These are just for the tonics to see if you should drink or skip them. Okay, but if you have a really low urine pH, then okay, I did this and still but got gallstones. So you got gallstones after you did the protocol. So the thing is, if you're somebody who's sensitive, if you're somebody that already suffers from UTIs before you started the protocol, then you especially need to be careful about doing things that are very alkalizing. You cannot drink alkaline water at all, even if you're not doing this protocol. You can't drink alkaline water because it has way too many minerals that raise your alkalinity. It has a lot of baking soda in it, and those things are going to cause bladder stones and, all that kind of stuff. These right here, I'm just going to reiterate for anybody who was not here in the beginning. These are for you ladies. You ladies need these. Not for herpes. This is only for HPV from abnormal pap smears. This is what you need. If you are in a different country and you cannot get your hands on these, you need to go to eBay, write me in my email so that we can figure out a way to get these to you. There are mail forwarding services where you, how does it work? I think one of them is called, I don't want to quote the wrong thing, but anyways, how it works is you can purchase anything here in the United States. That person sends it over to the international, the warehouse that's located somewhere in the United States, and then they repackage your mail and ship it to you safely, okay? Because my packages, when I ship overseas, are not getting through customs very well, okay? But they don't offer these overseas. There's no vaginal pH testing strips overseas that will suffice for HPV or for any infection. They're just useless. They're pointless. They start at a scale that's already way too high, okay? So I hope you guys learned something from this video. I will be back making structured videos again soon as I can. But email me your questions, comment, and I will respond to your comments. And if you need me to send you the video list, I will send you the video list. Okay, so thank you guys. Bye. Have a good day.